And now it is time for some entertainment. You'll agree with me that that is one of the thriving industries in the country. It has contributed greatly to our gross domestic products. Everywhere you go globally, Nigerians are recognized for their entertainment, be it in music, be it in film, or other creative arts. Today we will be talking to a very important personality. He is one of the topmost Nollywood actors. He's a television, he's a media personality, Chidi Mokeme. But before we have Chidi, we'd like to just give a big kudos to the Nollywood industry. We have seen the evolution. We have seen how Nollywood has changed. You know, some comedians would make jokes and say that when you watch Nollywood movies, you see that somebody dies and their spirit resurrects, only for their spirit to want to cross the main road and their spirit to have to look left or look right before the cross. And all of those jokes, and those are targeted to us saying that our industry needs to standardize. But have you seen the recent Nollywood movies? It is mind-blowing. The streamers have gotten into Nigeria, from the Netflixes to Amazon Primes down to other streaming giants, and I think that has sort of increased the budget for Nollywood, and we're having much better productions. If you look at the quality of the cameras, if you look at the quality of the talent, scriptwriters are getting much more money. So you see that scriptwriters now take their time to sort of write scripts, as opposed to when it wasn't profitable. So, without further ado, I'd like to say hello to Chidi Mokeme. Hello.
Hi, hey.
Man, good to see you.
Man?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good to see you too.
I personally regard you as a living legend. Most of my childhood was formed, you know, with images of Chidi as the Nollywood bad boy, and many years later, you're still killing it in the game. How do you do it? How have you remained relevant over the years?
I think it's just taking my job seriously. That's it, you know. I take this as a job. This is a job. This is all I've done, you know, all of my life, you know. So it's the only thing I've done. I've never really gone out and worked in any office or anyone's office apart from mine. So I take my job seriously. So when I wake up in the morning and I go to work, I know that I'm going to work, you know? So that's it. It's just commitment to the craft.
Amazing, amazing. Everybody is talking about you. You are one of the topics trending on Twitter, and that's a result of one of your recent projects, Shanty Town. But before that, I think last year you had The Therapist. But it looked like you took such a long break from the industry. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you take a break? That's the first question. Or people were not just seeing your movies? What exactly happened? Because for a long time, Chidi was off our screens. You were off.
You know, okay. So this is Robbing Minds. So I'm going to be giving you all the scoop. You know, first and foremost, you are the first to see this look. Nobody else. I'm on location, non-disclosure. Nobody was supposed to see this. But look at me, live on Robbing Minds, you know. So you are the first to see this look on my new project, you know. So, yeah, I've been off the scene for a while. You know, I was actually off the scene for a while after we did the promotional tour for 76, you know, and we went to the Toronto International Film Festival. I'll say something, you know, that I haven't actually said anywhere else, because after that, we were preparing to go on the trip to UK for the British International Film Festival. You know, I came down with something called Bell's Palsy. So if you know Bell's Palsy, it was the first time I was hearing it. Bell's Palsy is something that, it comes like a stroke, and it sort of affects one side of your face and sort of gives you a droop, you know? And this was something that the doctors said was incurable. They had no cure because they didn't know what causes it, so they didn't know how to treat it, you know? So for an actor, if you come down with something that affects your face, You know, you can imagine what I must have been going through at the time. I thought it was something I could move around with. I tried to come for the Lagos premiere of 76 at the time, but the attention was sort of focused on the face rather than the premiere and the things that were happening at the time. So I knew that, no, it wasn't something that I could work with. So I said, okay,
Wow.
I'll take off time. Yeah, I'll take time off, you know, to try and go sort out that problem that needed my face to be in top shape, you know. So in the meantime, I just focused on doing my other business. And one of the other businesses that I do is seasonal lightings and decor. You know, so I do Christmas lightings, commercial quantity Christmas lightings. We work for state governments, you know, around the country, lighting up the states for seasonal purposes.
Yeah.
So that didn't really need my face to be showing. So I just focused my attention on that while I was trying to get myself back. So it took a while, you know, to get that back. Yeah.
So Chidi, first of all, I'd like to say that we're very sorry that you had to go through all that. I can only imagine what it felt like, because this is literally your whole world coming down. Because if as an actor you do not have your face in the right shape, you cannot work. How did that affect you mentally, and how were you ever...
You see what happened to Justin Bieber right in the middle of his tour?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, he had to cancel everything because you can't perform with your face drooping.
So how did you navigate mentally? Because it must have been very depressing, knowing that you cannot do the things that you really love to do.
Yeah, fortunately for me, and I must say this, fortunately for me, I think I consider myself as someone who has always been mentally strong, you know? So, I mean, I'm a self-proclaimed mathematician, you know? So I'm a student of life. I take life in my strides, you know? So I just knew that all I had to do was just keep my focus on God, you know, who has been the one doing everything. Even that you're alive at all, you know, it's because God is with you and his hands are upon you. So I just kept my focus on God. I said, man, I've done this all my life. If this is what that you chose for me to do, and my will and your will are aligned, then I leave it to you. You know, you can run it when you want. In the meantime, let me go about building some other businesses.
Wow. Wow, that's truly incredible, and I'm happy that you're back to acting, and I'm happy that you're strong, you're working, and you're happy. 2022 was a very tough year for you. We received all of the sad news via social media. You know, you lost loved ones last year, your sister and your cousin. You were also attacked, you know, last year. How did you move past all that?
Oh, I think for me, it's always, there's a popular saying that's been going around is that the tree with ripe fruits, you know, is the one that gets stones thrown at it. So this is me, every time I get into that mode where it looks like things are just not going the way you planned consistently for a period of time, I know that, oh, this is the devil trying to distract you from that big plan that God is cooking up, you know? So as usual, I just take things in my stride. For instance, the day I had the incident on the road where, you know, they tried to, I don't know if they tried to rob me or they tried to, where I was ambushed. My first instinct, really, you know, was to ram into those guys, back up, smash their car, get my jack, you know, and just really show them who runs the town. But the me in me said, oh boy, you're going to the airport. What's your problem? Go and catch a flight and get this over with, man. How much is it going to cost to fix this damage? You know, let these guys go. And I did not even say a word to them. I just kept going. I just kept going, you know. Because, man, one life to live, brother, one life to live.
100%. I totally agree with you, and I'm glad that you were able to navigate through those challenges. And just like you said, the biggest temptations will always come before the big blessing. And what a blessing 2023 has been already for you. Now, not a lot of people have had the privilege of making a comeback and making a good comeback. We appreciate our legends. We appreciate every single person that has sort of imputed into Nollywood, even when Nollywood was not profitable. comfortable. However, you know, some of these our legends, some of them try to come back into the scene, and there seems to be a disconnect. But with your recent projects, everybody felt or feel like it's a breath of fresh air. We've known you all our lives, yet every single time we watch you, you're always delivering. So how does it feel being appreciated to the quantum you're being appreciated now in 2023?
Honestly, as far as the reception for Shanty Town is concerned, it's been overwhelming, you know, in a good kind of way. It's been humbling, you know, and coming from where I'm coming from in the last 4 or 5 years, you know, it's really something. I'm still trying to take it in, you know, but you remember the last 4 or 5 years, like I said, there's been a hunger because I could see things happening and there was nothing I could do about it. You know, so my conversation with God was that, God, if you try me and put me in front of a screen, I will show you that the talent that you put inside of me, I will use it and bless you. Just try me now and put me in front of a screen. You know, so that was my constant conversation with God. I said, there are things happening. I could see the inflow, all of the streamers coming in. You know, Netflix was taking a good turn, you know, and I'm like, man, we built this. I've done nothing else for 30 plus years. And this is the time, you know, to get your flowers. I said, God, try me. Try me. Let me give you glory. And this is God's glory right here. Taking me from not thinking I could be able to get in front of a camera.
Wow. Wow. It is truly overwhelming. I really did not even know all of the things that was happening in the life of Chidi Mokeme, and I'm sure that a lot of Nigerians are also shocked about this revelation. And a wise man would say that in a world when you can be anything, just choose to be kind, because you do not know what people are going through. And there's this trend now on social media. It's so easy to think that celebrity life is perfect, you know, and your celebrities are living the most perfect lives, and we have every right to troll them. We have every right to talk about what they wear, talk about how they behave, talk about what they eat, just talk about their lives, you know. We have a right to troll them on Twitter, but who knew? Who knew that he was going through that? And he never exposed it to the public, you know. Chidi lives such a private life, and I think it's really, really admirable. So to you watching this, just make sure that in everything you do, just show a little kindness. Show a little kindness. So Chidi, finally, there's a move happening in Nollywood. Like you said, the streamers are back in, there is more money, there is more funding. How do you think that the industry can sort of capitalize and maximize all of these new avenues of making money?
First and foremost, I mean, drum rolls for Nollywood, you know. This was totally built on the back of private equity and private sweat. You know, people just stayed in, dug in with no government support by way of policy or otherwise. So the fact that the world is taking notice and scrambling, you know, to come into Nollywood is a big deal. It's a big step, you know. And I said to somebody yesterday, I said, mark my words, you know. I said to somebody, I said, mark my words. I said, the Nollywood film industry is going to recolonize the world the way the Afrobeat industry of our Nigerian music industry is recolonizing the world. All we need is for them to take notice. Once they take notice, they can't stop biting, you know? It's a black thing. Once you go black, you can't go back. So for Nollywood, for Nollywood, this is a giant step, you know? And Hollywood, the streamers from wherever, by whatever name that they are called, they will begin to recognize.
Right. And I hope they don't shortchange us, because there's a conversation around how the Nollywood industry is not receiving as much as their counterparts in Kenya, their counterparts in South Africa, and their counterparts globally. If you check most of these streamers, their most watched movies or series are not even American, because most of the streamers are of American origin. The company is based in America. But if you check their most streamed movies, it's either Korean. We've seen that with Squid Game and the likes of it. So, Chidi, how can we ensure that Nollywood safeguards itself from exploitation?
Nollywood really, and nobody's thinking about it now. I had this conversation with a few of my colleagues. Nobody's thinking about it now. You know, it's like they're dangling the carrot right now in front of us. But we need to look beyond the carrot at the stick and who's holding the stick and what the real intent and intention is. You know, because it's so easy to get carried away with the hype until these people come and, you know, just suck everything out, and then we're still back to where we started. So, first and foremost, it's time for all of the guilds to start to prepare their structures. All of the guilds need to start preparing structures. Make sure that you have a solid professional structure on ground so that the people looking from outside in, when they decide, oh, it's going to be too expensive to take so-so person that come and shoot here, why don't we now base these productions off of Nigeria? They will find the right kind of talent and the right kind of crew to give them the professional work that they deserve. That's what's been holding us back. One of the things that's been holding us back, we find that we go to South Africa all the time to shoot musical videos, to shoot commercials. From Nigeria, we go to South Africa to shoot commercials. Why? There's only one reason for that. People don't trust the quality of the talent. They don't trust the quality of the technical expertise that is on ground. But we can see Shanty Town is a game changer. We can see that all of the talent that we want, the expertise that we want, is all available. It all can be done here. Now, let us have proper structures and begin to see what we do as a business. As a business. Most thespians, most practitioners, most artists are carried away all of the time with the artist side of the business. But there's a reason why this is called show business. There is a show. The show is addictive. The show is like a drug. But if you don't combine the show with the business, you just be running around in circles like you're on a treadmill, you know, busy in motion but going nowhere. So Nollywood, we need structures. We need the government to recognize what is happening, and rather than stifle the growth and the creativity of the industry, begin to create partnerships. Let us sign movie cooperation agreements with different countries. You know, Nigeria doesn't have any agreements with any country as far as movie cooperation is concerned. Meanwhile, Ghana here, smaller countries around Africa, you know, have partnerships signed that make it possible for people from France, from Paris, from America, from China to go into these places and shoot and bring in resources into the local economy. Nigeria doesn't have any such trade partnerships as far as movies is concerned. We need those kind of policies to strengthen the structure of the industry so that when people come from outside, they will meet a structure. It becomes difficult to take advantage of us. Otherwise, they will just do divide and rule.
Right. Chidi, this has been such a profound conversation, and I really appreciate you for coming on. But before I let you go, what should we look forward to? You know, what's the next 5-10 years going to look like? Because first of all, you're 50. I'm amazed. You don't look 50. You've just defied the laws of nature, and you look as young as ever. So what is the next 5-10 years going to look like for you?
The next 5-10 years. Something that I've learned, you know, if there's something that I've learned in this industry, you see how things change per second, billion things change per second. I've been here, you know, 30 plus years. And in all of that time, the only thing that I knew for sure is that we were determined to grow this industry. I was determined to follow it to anywhere that was going to do whatever it takes to grow it. But what pattern that growth will take, what path it will take, how it will get there, Nobody knew any of that. So from that point of view, it's difficult to make any kind of predictions. In fact, I'm hearing now that one day now they will have avatars playing Chidi Mokeme, you know. So,
so you better get those coins as soon as you can. Right. Thank you so very much.
The one thing that is guaranteed, though, is that after Shanty Town, trust me, the scripts, the productions, the level of productions that you will be getting out of Nollywood will never be the same again.
And I believe you're 100%. Thank you so much for all you do. Keep being you, keep pushing those boundaries. And thank you so much for opening up about the condition that kept you down. And I'm so happy that you overcame that and you're stronger and better. Have a blast, Chidi.
Thank you. Thank you to all of my fans out there. I love you guys. Go and watch Shanty Town. I'm streaming only on Netflix.
All right, you have to. I'll send you my invoice so you pay for that, but it's fine.
That's okay. Have your peeps talk to my peeps.
All right. Thank you very much, Chidi.